Going on, guys? The Rick here. I'm just kidding. My name's not the Rick. My name's Misha. I know I haven't made much videos in the past, but I'd like to start making some videos. I'm like planning tanks. It's a little hobby of mine. I'm more on the high-tech, high-maintenance, or high-tech, high-light kind of side of fish tanks. I like the bushy plants. I like the bushy stems, the overall look of it, and yeah. So here's a little video of me doing some maintenance. This is an 80-gallon planted tank I have. The plants from left to right, there are stem plants in the back. From left to right are Limnophilia aromatica. The one after that, Rotella rotundifolia, Ludwigia red right after that, Blixa japonica in the middle. I believe on the right is Rotella indica. If I'm wrong, please somebody correct me. And on the very right, the stem plant, I'm not sure. I got it from somebody off the forum, and I just wasn't able to ID it. So if somebody can help me out with that, that'd be greatly appreciated. Anyway, I start my maintenance usually by, of course, taking off the hood and get in there and trimming the plants. I usually do this once or twice a month. Really just depends on how the plants are. If they're getting too high and starting to touch the surface of the water, then I'll trim them halfway down. And if they get too messy, kind of stems shooting off left and right, then I'll also trim them down. Anyway, I highly recommend you trim your plants on a regular basis. Keeps them lush, keeps the new growth, healthy, keeps the overall look of your tank clean and uniform, and just makes for a much more enjoyable hobby. Anyway, I trim down roughly 50% of the way. If the plants are too bushy, I'll trim about 75% of the way down, because at that point some of the stems start rotting away due to lack of light reaching them, and then I'll just take out the rotting stems to keep the healthier ones. Here's a nice shot of all the trimming done, and as you can see, I didn't touch the Blixa, I didn't touch the AR Mini or the Stargine Repens, mainly because I did that last week, and I don't know, the Stargine Repens hasn't been doing too well recently. I'm not quite sure what it is, but hopefully it bounces back. After I trim, I like to clean the glass, and you can do this with any credit card. I used to do it with a razor blade, but the razor blade was too small, and it was more potential to scratch your glass. Somebody recommended doing it with a credit card. I never really tried it, so I finally gave it a shot, and it did really well. So you see scraping up and down. If you have any sand in your substrate, try not to catch it with the card, because once you get it there, if you bring it all the way up, you'll see a nice huge scratch on your glass, and that's never good to look at. And after I'm done scraping off all the algae, I get the siphon going. I just move it up and down until it starts going. And the good thing about my siphon, I recommend you guys do this as well. I went to Lowe's or Home Depot, either one, and I bought myself some clear vinyl tubing, and it's roughly 30 feet long, I believe, which allows me to put it into the backyard, into the grass. So it's kind of good. You get a 2-for-1 here. You clean your tank and you water your grass, so it's good to conserve. And if you don't have a backyard, you can just run it straight to your bathroom and put in the bathtub or put in the toilet or whatever, and get rid of your water that way. It's just much easier to automate your water changing process. Just so you don't have to fill up 5-gallon buckets every time and run them back and forth from the bathroom back to your tank. I used to do that, and it was a pain in the ass, so I started automating it. Here I got pretty excited. My Ludwigia red has been suffering recently, but finally got it to its good state, good red color, so I'm really happy about it. And yeah, the red really pops out once you add a good amount of iron in there. A lot of people will say that you need to reduce your nitrates or up your phosphates, or playing around with the ratios. I just put in high light and high iron, and it does the trick for my red plants. Might be a reason why my Stargine is suffering though, but who knows? I'll play around with the nutrients later. After I siphon out the water, I do roughly 50%, unless there's too much algae, then I'll do 75% water change. I'll start by adding it back in, and I run a hose from the backyard into this 45 or 50-gallon trash can. Again, I bought it at Home Depot. It's like $40 or $50. I don't remember. But again, it's a good idea to automate your process. It just relieves a lot of the headaches of carrying buckets back and forth from your bathroom to the fish tank. I have a pump in there. I don't remember the gallons per hour, but I have a pump in the bottom. I attach it to this PVC pipe with the tubing as well. And as you can see, it just starts filling up my water. much more relaxing. I can sit and watch TV while in the reflection. But yeah, just sit and watch TV, wait for it to fill back up, and much cleaner system, much more efficient. After that, after it gets filled up, I think I show you a little bit of the purling going on here. Like I said, purling will happen after a water change if your nutrients are done well. If your CO2 is running really well and the plants are healthy overall, then you'll get a lot of purling after water change. I replant the plants here, the ones I liked. Ludwigia, I trimmed, and I didn't want to throw away the stem, so I replanted it. I think I also do Luminophilia aromatica. Just I wouldn't replant all your plants all the time, just because it requires them to establish a root system, kind of catch up with the rest of the plants. I would just recommend cutting your stems, having them multiply into 2, and tossing out the trimmings. If your trimmings have roots like I did, like these did here, then go ahead and replant. It just gets more of a volume of plants going. As you can see here, the purling, like I said, is doing really well. It's of course due to the trimming. The oxygen bubbles come straight from where you trimmed it. But as you can see, I didn't touch the Blixa at all, and it starts purling really well. In addition to all the stem plants, so I think that the refreshing of all the nutrients and water really help with your overall plant's health. And again, if anybody can help me ID this plant, it'd be really good. It looks all stagnant, and I don't really like the look of it. It looks all scrappy, so I might just toss it. But who knows? I'll give it another few months and see if it catches up with the rest of the plants. I finished this whole process up, of course, putting away all my equipment, putting on a canopy, adjusting my light. I have like pegs on the top of my canopy there that I put it on, and that finishes up my process. If done correctly, this should take no more than an hour. It used to take me close to 3 hours when I was doing it with the buckets, back and forth. Then I just invested the 50 or 60 bucks into the trash can and the tubing, and it's been amazing ever since. It takes me no more than an hour. Everything is basically automated except scratching off the algae off the tank, off the glass, and but filling up the water and siphoning it out has been so much easier, this method. After that, I just dump out whatever remaining water I had out of the trash can, and I'm good to go. Putting my equipment away. I have a nice corner in the backyard dedicated to all the equipment, and I keep all my stuff there. And I've been doing this for roughly 3 years, like planting tanks. It's been very enjoyable. Any trimmings that I have remaining, I don't throw away. I put them in this bucket outside. And I plan on putting up an immersed setup in a greenhouse I'm building. I'll show you in a second. Hopefully over the summer I can get something like that started. We'll see. I'm still kind of playing around. Want to try out some wabi kusa, as Amano says with his wabi kusas. Anyway, that's my video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe or don't. I don't really care. Hope you enjoyed it. If my voice is too monotone, please let me know. If my editing is too bad, please let me know. I'd appreciate any feedback. I'm not too good with this YouTube stuff. And I highly suggest you guys, if you're into this, join a forum, a local forum. I'm on scapeclub.org, so Southern California aquatic plants enthusiasts. I'm not too involved there, but I like to kind of dick around and see what people are doing. Once again, thanks for watching. Hope your tanks are doing well. And please stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully I can get one once a week on Saturdays. See you later. Peace out. Bye.